Hello everyone, it's Sean, and I'm here to apply, now after clear coating of course, and I may have clear coated a bit much, which is why the central section is a bit faded, but I am here to apply one of the decals that haven't been painted at all to see what the plain A creation looks like against the hull. So that's decal number 24. So I will cut it out, put it in the water, go get the pencil case so I can label everything as I apply it. Be right back. What I do is I cut the decal into the three sections: top section, middle section, bottom section. Going out, this is the spot for decal 24, and it's going to be right next to the iridescent, close to the pearlescent. And since I have a decal 23 here, which is mostly plain, you'll be able to see the difference. See, the only things I painted on this one were the iridescent red and the iridescent green. The grays are untouched. So you have two normal decals in between two colored decals, and we'll be able to see which one looks best. So far, so good. The decal is sliding off in one piece, so the gloss coat did its job, and it's preventing fragmenting, and it should be able to slide off along the side. The trick is, though, to get most of the decal off the backing paper. It is rolling, but it's not folding. You do that, and there's less dragging in the way. Kind of like that. There you go. And then, because I'm left-handed, you lay it out this way. And then you just carefully, there you go. The gloss coat strengthened it enough, and all you have to do is remoisten right around here, right under it, everywhere. You just remoisten to straighten it out around its light, like that, and a little more, just like that. There you go. Bring it down. There you go. Bring it up to fill the gap. There you go. And then you just take the toilet paper, because that's a nice soft blotting mechanism. And then you blot the decal out like that, getting it mostly dry, you see, getting the wrinkles out, etc. There you go, see, just like that, getting the wrinkles out. And then you take the microsol and you brush it on. Just like that. And then you just let it settle. Now it is not having any of the wrinkling that the other decal did even last night. And since this was a fresh can of coated, gloss coated decal, now that's okay, you want a hole to be there, but you see? There is what the decal looks like completely unpainted. You can still see the colors. Look, there's a trace of blue, even though it wasn't on the decal. There's the red. There's the light and dark gray. And there's a few traces of yellow. So you have the pearlescent, the iridescent decal next to the completely unpainted one, whose pattern still shows up on the hull. And the next step is to take this decal that's only had unpainted, like only the green and only the red, and apply it as well right beside it. Now I don't know, I don't think that's a good idea. Fortunately, these decals have been painted completely with the iridescent. So what you have to do is go to the guide, mark down what's been applied so far, and I'll be back. Well, you can at least apply a decal 23 in here, in between the two iridescent ones. Now I think this is a tri-art iridescent. And there's one of these decals that, okay, so 23. This one goes right in between. And I got it right because right flank blue, left flank gold. Left flank gold, right flank gold. So it's approximately equal to this one. So, okay. So I'm going to cut that out and 2 hits 3 sections again and apply that one. The trick is, though, to keep this unpainted. And keep these two unpainted because you still have to account for the fourth pylon. Well, there. And there. So keep these two undecaled. You can decal these two okay. Don't decal these two. You can even decal in between, but don't decal. So let's put something over where you don't want to be decaling. You don't want to be decaling in this section, but you can do it there. Okay. So I'll be back. All right, so there is the other iridescent right there. And you can see the next one that comes up, 23, but you see it's the one with only a couple painted. And you can put it here, and it won't interfere with the future location of the hatch. That's very important. Now, the hatch I have to trace, the front small hatch is actually bigger than the rear back hatch, so you are going to have to cut out eventually there and then trace it over. Which means it, or just put something on top of it that can trace through with the paper towel. You just don't want to damage the decal. Sometimes it's easier to split the decal up into 4 sections, with the 4th section being the very outer flat band. But I'd try to put the top ones on first and then work my way down. Sometimes it's easier to slide the thing off the backing paper instead of trying to pull the backing paper out from underneath it. And then when more than half of it has been released, then you can pull the backing paper out without worrying about the decal ripping. Just like that. And then you use your brush to re-moisten all the way around, and then you have enough moisture to slide the decal into position. Just like that. There. And then you take the toilet paper again and you pat down the decal to dry it out once it's in position. That should get most of the wrinkles out as well. And then you move on to the next one and so forth. Okay, so it is working. So there is another decal down that is mostly gray, hardly any Aztecs colored on it, but you can still make out the pattern faintly. So you only have 3 left, and you want to keep it away from well, you've already decaled over the hatches that need the new thing, which is right here. You want to keep it away from these 2 sections. So 1, 2, 3, because this is the one you have to trace anyway. So that's the model for now.